Mm. Hello, our viewers. Welcome to our channel. We are students at Uganda Management Institute Distance Learning Program 2019 to 2022 class. We are doing a deep postgraduate diploma in project planning and management. And our task today will be focusing on one of our key modules to do with project procurement and management. This is a group assignment, and before your screen are the members that are in the group. You can see their names are right there: Opio Martin, Isaac Mgendawala, Sarah Pio, and Atoy Ruth Judith. And I'm going to be taking you through the flow of our discussion and the introduction, key terms, and a definition. My name is Martin Opio. Before you is the flow of our discussion and the task before us, which is identify and discuss the roles of user departments in the project procurement management cycle. I'll start by giving definitions to the subject, which is project procurement. Project procurement refers to identifying, sourcing, accessing, and management of external resources that an organization needs or may need to fulfill its objective. This is an adopted definition from KID 2005. And the last point that is mentioned in our assignment is to do with user departments. Now, these are sections of the organization or entity that initiate the procurement and disposal following the need and set up guidelines. And this can originate from an act of parliament and any other additional requirements set up by the organization. For example, you may have a department of finance, ICT, road maintenance, ferries, whatever you can name them, depending on the needs of your organization. Allow me to introduce to you our next presenter, who is going to start off with our roles and responsibilities of this user department. Welcome, Isaac.
Thank you, Martin. My name is Isaac Mugendawala, and I will take you through the roles and responsibilities of user departments in project management. The first role is contract management, under contract management, we find that the user department plays a big role, and this involves delivery, payments, and appraisals to the service providers. That is to say the contractor. This also under contract management, we have the bidding processes and evaluation processes, which are basically done by the user department. Point number 2 is identification of needs. You find that if you take an example of a local government, for example, to say the construction or the infrastructure department, now the user members or the people in the department will identify the need. For example, they may need a cars for procurement. So after identifying that need, they will probably now forward it to the ACAO for approval. That's after writing a proposal for the need of those cars. Point number 3 is procurement, planning, and budgeting. This is basically a process of identifying and consolidating the requirements and determining the time frame of which the procurement will take. So this one, after, for example, the proposal of procuring cars have been approved, the user department will have to sit down and make a plan on how these cars will be procured. This is basically now to eliminate or to make the process run smooth. At this point, allow me introduce Judith, take on from there.
Thank you very much, Martin. This is a 4-year-old Judith. I'm taking point number 4, which says participates in the pre-bid meeting, which includes this conducted by the user department so as to clarify on the confusing matters that may have up during the early stages of the procurement. Point number 5, participates in the bid meeting. This is a detailed description of products, material or materials to be procured. For example, if the department is to procure a computer, the service provider must be given the specification of the computer. That is to say, the type, RAM, ROM, or processor. Point number 6 lies with the procurement team. The user department lies with the procurement unit throughout procurement process to the point of contract management. This to make sure the all steps and whatever is being procured is to stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, colleagues. Isaac, Martin, and Judith. This is Sarah Pio coming in to present. In addition to what my colleagues have said, I will refer to point number 7, making procurement requisitions. Now, requisitions in terms of procurement could vary, and this could be relating to terms of reference, specification of works must be very detailed, but also in relation to the procurement plan that has been approved and that has been also received by the head of department of the procurement unit. In the next point, I would want also to discuss about contract management. Contract management usually is a role of the user department, and this is almost after an award of bid has been concluded. There is need to ensure that it is lined within the agreed terms of reference that have been signed off between the user committee and the contract provider. So it is necessary that at that point it's done to ensure quality, effectiveness, and timeliness of a service that has been procured by the user department. So at that time of contract management, it's also very possible that realignment and specifications can be corrected if there are any defects that have been identified. I want to also conclude with the last point, that is point number 9, preparation of procurement management plan based on the approved budget. Usually, procurement has an annual budget or plan that they use in terms of providing specifications to works or services. But at this point, it's important to note that it must have a plan and move according to that plan. In the plan, it looks at the item to be procured, the description of the item, the source of funding, the approvals, among others. So as I close this discussion, it's very, very important to ensure that the user department aligns its services for the beneficiaries, especially following the plan that has been approved and received by the head of department. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Isaac, Sarah, and Judith. As you have already looked at the details, the points, the relevance, and the roles of all these different user departments, it goes without doubt that the level and their participation is very important for any successful procurement processes to take place. These stakeholders have to work hand in hand together. They must be coordinated very well. And when everything is together, then we can talk about what we call a procurement process. Before you are our references, you can look out for them, but also be ready to tune out for our next broadcast that is going to look at contract management. Welcome and thank you for viewing.